man.
Let it rip, Brad. We don't know if can't start noise singing, but we know that we gon' let it rip, Brad. And we know we gon' beat the Patriots. We gon' beat the Pats. They don't got Cam Newton, it's a wrap. Even if they have Cam Newton, it's a snack. We gon' give them Super Bowl 50 flashbacks. Remember that? Yeah.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Mad Talk. I'm your boy Mad Fanatic.
This the one and only Leaf.
It's poppin', Leaf.
What's up, guy?
Yo, I sent you that song though. I just sent it like a half hour ago.
My butt just hit the chair for the first time, man.
Boy.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear?
What's up, man?
Did you hear the news about them pushing the Broncos game back?
I just heard it.
I think it's pretty funny style.
Listen. We're in total agreement.
Yeah.
It's I can't even believe it. It's like we're being punished. And you know what I mean? I feel like we're getting a punishment. We didn't even do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows, who's alive and lived in this past 6 months of this nightmare, knows that, this is just that COVID, people with COVID, that's just an injury. That's on the injury report. You get
exactly. That's like having a flu.
Now, they should have stated something like that at the beginning of this, right? That's what I realized.
Man. I thought, like, if you had half your team or something, that's one thing. But you're talking about a couple players. You don't get to cancel a game for that. And then I saw this dude, Kisler. I can't stand half of the stuff he said.
I know. You made a great post about it, man.
He's out here posting like, yo, if this is supposed to be a brotherhood, the Broncos should boycott the game and refuse to play. What are you talking about? Because they're missing a couple of their good players. I'm like, we're not missing good players? We're missing Von Miller, Cortland Sutton, Drew Lock, AJ Bouye. What are you talking about, bro? I'm like, they're missing two dudes who went out to dinner together, by the way. Got themselves freaking sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they went out to dinner together.
Yeah, not cool.
Stephon Gilmore and Cam. My thing is, yo, sorry.
Man.
Game, but now they trying to push it back. And I guess allegedly
they did.
They're saying this extra day might make Cam Newton available.
They did push it back.
Huh?
It's crazy, man. And how can he already be okay to play?
That's what I'm saying. They were like 10 days.
They starting to do this stuff.
Cleared
like
after 10 days.
Everybody like, whoa, what happened to the 14 days, man?
Yup, that's what I'm saying.
And I understand if they went like from 14 to like 12, but now they started to do, it's only like 5 with this guy. Come on, man.
I think they said 10. They made it 10 for him. But still, I'm still saying, where did this 10 come from? What happened to 14 days of quarantine?
Keep talking. I got to let this dog out. Keep talking.
Yeah, I don't.
It's crazy, man. It should be one set rule. That's how this works.
Definitely. It should definitely be one set rule. This is ridiculous. They're bending the rules for the Pats, trying to get them a chance to get all their people ready because Bill Belichick was like, we're not practicing today. Like, he thinks the virus is in the facility somewhere. Like, it's airborne, fam. That y'all ain't just laying on your computers or nothing. Like,
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's such a crazy damn thing.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, the game. And then the time they give us.
That's
what time are we on, man?
4:25 in the afternoon.
It's just disrespectful.
Ridiculous.
On a Monday.
On a Monday, nobody gonna watch. It's gonna. I mean, I'm gonna.
Ruined my whole Sunday.
Yep. Definitely.
I get 1 day a week. I get 1 day a week.
We didn't play last Sunday either, so this is now 2 Sundays without Broncos.
2 Sundays in a row, man.
Like,
we only get 16 of them, man.
Now our next week gotta be shorter. Now the next week is shorter.
They start us on the opener, the last game every year on Monday. Now we're on Monday again. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but
I'm not happy about it.
I hope Cam can't play.
Yeah.
And I really hope.
Obviously,
but this might backfire though, because some people are saying the extra day might actually let us get Drew Lock because he has been practicing.
I haven't heard that, man. You heard that?
Yeah, I saw a couple people post that because they're saying Drew Lock is almost ready to go right now. He practiced yesterday and a little bit today, I think. So they're already like, I don't know, he might be ready to go right now. They wanted to see how he felt the next day after throwing yesterday.
Yeah.
So that extra day might actually get him in the game. Well, who knows? I still think that they practiced all week with Brett. They're probably gonna go with Brett. Honestly,
That makes sense to me. I'll be honest.
yeah.
I don't believe in this Russian stuff, man. Not for nothing. I think that's why Cortland's out. I mean, what's another week or even another 2 weeks? Especially with our young guys. These guys are our future. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I would wait, man. And I want Drew back.
Speaking of the future,
Yeah.
young guys, Philip Lindsay coming back though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And we know one thing for sure.
He's only doing the
He
count right now.
He gonna run hard on every play.
Yeah, he is. Yes,
he don't take plays off.
I'm excited to see Philip Lindsay back in the rotation. So
me too.
What else is going on, man? The Broncos got their first win. Shout out to them. Beat the Jets. Tough game.
It was a tough game. It was a hard play game on both sides. People can laugh about it, whatever. But let me tell you, man, that was an NFL game by two NFL teams, and we got the W.
Yep. We threw a couple of interceptions.
Shout out to Pete, by the way. We beat the Jets.
Yeah.
And your brother.
Man,
give your brother a shout out.
This dude texted me as soon as they I forgot what. Oh, as soon as the dude did the T-bone on us.
Yeah, you told me.
I know you saw that, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? This ain't your team no more. You don't get to say nothing, yo.
So he left the Seahawks. He left the Seahawks temporarily for 20 seconds.
No, he was back going by the end of the game, though. I'm like, you trash, yo.
Wow.
You are trash for this.
That is trash, man.
Yeah. So LeBron looks like he got the finals wrapped up.
Oh, man. So, okay.
So wait, before we get to that, let's stay.
I want to make my one point. I think I mentioned this to you.
Okay.
I texted to you the other night. I don't know if you was asleep or what it was, but I was ready to get into it. First of all, I just want to talk about just staying on LeBron. That's your guy. He's not my guy.
I never said he was my guy.
Well, he's kind of your guy.
I mean,
well, you know what it is? You know what's complicated with you? I never know if these guys are your guys or you just do this stuff to mess with me. I think that's what it is with Kanye a lot. I think it's like what it is with LeBron a lot. But listen, before I forget, this is all I want to say. I know the stats. And you look at this guy's stats and it's like, wow, and I understand you could pick big shots he's made here and there. But I'm being truthful when I say I watch these games, and I've watched them all because I always cheer against him. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to what he's doing socially. I respect him. He's an awesome human being. He's done so many things that I love and I'm proud of. I want to clear that up. Mm-hmm. But I still see it. And I saw it the other night. He didn't win that game for his team, man. And he was tight. And what's killing me is Shannon Sharp lately, man. That's my boy. He's royalty to us. I love his passion. But how do you watch these finals games, any of them, through all the years with LeBron and don't see it? He's going to miss the shot. And I can't tell you which one, but I'm just telling you, you don't ever really watch these games and see it and be like, oh, he ain't going to make this. That never crosses your mind.
He definitely has his moments where he doesn't.
Do you know what I mean?
He makes a lot of big shots, too. On paper, he's the most clutch player.
I know. That was my point. I know you're going to probably start to say about some stats and all that, but I'm just being honest. I'm not, I exaggerate. I think everybody knows I exaggerate. But I'm telling you, with a clear conscience, I can say that I watched these games, and even this year, once again, I feel like he's tight, man. That little ball white boy.
But I feel like we're judging him by a LeBron standard, though, that he set for himself. Because, like they were talking about today, this dude get 28, 12, and 9, and we act like he played terrible. And that's legendary for some people in the finals.
Of course. But once again, it's I think we look too much at the numbers. I think where the comparison with him and my MJ goes and Kobe is we just don't. I don't see it.
He's not the same guy as them. He's not the killer. He's still not the killer. He's never been the killer. For some reason, even though he got the clutch numbers, he doesn't seem aggressive. He doesn't seem assertive. He don't seem like that killer. Even that dog that Jimmy Butler has. He don't seem like he has that in him.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler, by the way.
He's got a whole arsenal of other stuff. He's just good at basketball. His basketball IQ crazy. Even all the times you see AD getting busy, it's usually because he's making great passes or just shifting the defense to create openings. I'm like, LeBron is really good, man. He's really good at basketball.
He is.
And I'll be
But do you
honest with
get
you.
my point a little bit? You tell me you've never watched these games through all these years and just been like, he's not going to hit that. Like, but I'm
Yeah,
talking about when he puts it up. Like,
yeah, he has his games where he's not hitting them, but he has some
I
where he's on fire too.
think he gets tight, man. I
He
still
does,
think he gets tight to this day.
he gets tight at times for sure, but at the same time, it's like I think Michael Jordan is wildly overrated, yo.
Oh, see, man, no. Here's what I
Wildly
mean. So
overrated. And
you're admitting you're doing this to make me mad.
one of these people that was like, nah, Jordan to go, Jordan to go, Jordan to go. Then I went back and started watching some of his games that they say are his best games, like Game 6, for example. And I was like, yo, this his best game?
I'm not
This
gonna.
is like
I'm
below
not gonna
average
entertain
game
this
for LeBron.
conversation.
A lot of them games are suspect, man. I'm looking at
I'm
him
not.
like, this ain't the best basketball player in the world. Sometimes Scotty looked like the better player on the team a lot of times.
Listen, man. You see my hat?
Mm-hmm. I
Can you
feel
see
like
it?
the narrative around how good Jordan is, like the legend is bigger than the guy, yo. Like he
I
never
don't agree.
like he had
I
one
think the guy.
63-point game and he
I think
lost.
the legend isn't big enough.
See, I disagree. The legend is outrageous, yo. It's like he was God. Like they make it sound like Jordan never missed a shot. And I watched Jordan that Game 6.
Of course he missed
Watch
a-
that first half. You'll be like, this is the best player of all time?
Keep it going. I gotta shut this door.
There's no way. Everybody out there, man, go back and watch Game 6 against the Utah Jazz. The second half, he went crazy. But
Listen, man. I've seen
half,
the game a million times. What are we doing? We're
that
going back to.
that first half.
We're talking about LeBron here, and you know what you're doing.
But that's why, though, because whenever you're talk
trying
about
to get me
LeBron,
riled
you're
up?
only comparing him to Michael Jordan because he's better than everybody else.
No, but I mean he is. I'll put Kobe up there just in a little bit of
Kobe's
a different.
definitely right there.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I'm not really even doing that as an overall basketball player. I'm just saying that I really believe that it's the truth, that there's something to the point that he plays tight in crunch time. I guess maybe I should have worded it that way.
Yeah, they say that about my guy Peyton Manning too, though, and I see it a little bit.
And you know what?
But
I can't believe you said that because, bro, I know it's true too.
Yo, I think LeBron is the Peyton Manning of basketball, right. But I also think Peyton Manning is the greatest.
That's a great. How'd you just? We just did that. We should be getting paid for that.
He's the Peyton Manning of basketball.
That happened on Mad Talk today. No one else has ever said that before.
Yep, he lost just as many as he won.
Because technically, LeBron probably is the best.
He's the Peyton Manning. Yo, I'm just realizing how many similarities.
Obviously,
going to the chip with multiple teams. He did it with multiple teams. He got there. He lost just as many as he won. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of similarities between them two. It's how skillful they are. You know what I mean? Just skillful, you're like, man, these guys are at their sport, they're geniuses. You know what I mean? And it's like it's something they don't have. That thing that Brady has, that killer thing that you like, oh shit. And the same thing, low key, Peyton Manning Tom Brady just broke the record for more comebacks than Peyton. So Peyton was holding that record forever, but it don't seem like it though. You know what I mean? You don't think about Peyton as, he's always making these comebacks.
We just cracked the case, man.
Basketball for sure. Sidebar, we might be about to have to apologize to Tom Brady pretty soon, bro.
Nah.
Are you seeing what this dude is doing, man?
I mean, nah, not really.
Bruh. You saw him light us up. I know
you know
watched
what's
that
funny,
game.
man.
I know you watched the game where he lit us up. But then the following week, 5 touchdowns, no picks. I'm like,
now you know my brother, man. I've been watching the.
And there's a lot of deep passes, not the dink and dunk New England shit. He was getting busy, like, coom,
all right.
Coom. I was like, yo, Tom Brady might be that guy.
Nah,
it might be that guy, man. It might not be Bill. It might be Tom.
You all right?
I'm telling you, I was so upset watching it. I was like, yo, Tom Brady out here making me look like a fool hating on him.
Nah, not really, man. I don't agree. I think he's still been making some bad passes. He's been having some trouble. They gotta put a little pressure on him. That's all they gotta do.
It's so hard. Why is that line so good? How did that line go from terrible to incredible? I need to know how that line got so good.
They, whatever they did, draft picks, they spent a lot of money to put weapons around this guy, to protect this guy. All I heard over the offseason was they protected Tom Brady. They protected Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So don't go too crazy with that, man.
Yeah.
We got enough problems in the world for you coming on the show and hyping up Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to hype him up. I'm just worried, yo. I'm just getting worried, man. I'm looking at him like, damn, he's looking like he all right without Bill. I thought he was gonna be terrible. Like that first game, I was so encouraged. I was like, see, it was Bill Belichick.
It is Bill Belichick. I'm still going with that, so I don't know what you're doing. And Cam,
I'm holding on to dear life for it.
All right, well, hold on then, because we ain't got no time for this. All right, so I want to make one point. You already got on back to football about this NBA Finals, and I texted you this the other morning.
It's over.
And I'm going to look into. No, that's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. I want to talk about a certain type of human being. All right, anybody who is not a LA Laker fan, okay, or a Miami Heat fan, and is cheering for the Lakers, is not a good human being. I mean, am I out of line for saying that, man?
No, I don't agree.
I'm watching this game the other night. How are you not going for Miami? They're outmanned. They're outgunned. They're playing team ball.
You're not factoring in that Kobe Bryant died this year.
You're right. I love the whole.
They're playing this next game in the Mamba jerseys.
But you still. That's not fair.
I know, but they've been saying this whole time they got to win for Kobe.
But you don't get my point.
I do, but I think that they're not just
now you
on
brought the
a
Kobe
normal
thing
year.
up.
They would not be going for the Lakers. I think
take
it's
the Kobe thing
factor
out of it. All right, well, you know what? You're killing my point, but I thought it was a good point.
It would have been a good point, but that Kobe factor, like even me, it's like when Peyton Manning was retiring. Like if your team wasn't in it, because it's like, yo, this is Peyton's last year. You're like, I don't care if he wins. Go ahead, Peyton. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And I feel like with this one, and your team's not in it, you're like, I ain't gonna be mad if they win one for Kobe. You know what I mean?
I wasn't looking at it like that, man. I'm just looking at it like the Lakers are stacked. They put all these people around Kobe. I feel like it's not really fair. Miami's beat up. They're still playing so hard. It's like, those games get tight in fourth quarter. I don't understand as a human being you're not going for the Miami Heat, but I guess that's just me. I like the underdog. You know what I mean?
No, I would love to see Miami win, but it's not happening.
Hey, but they were right there. I mean, you're talking now like this wasn't almost 2-2.
Yeah, but it's
like it's a shot here and there.
It's over now, though.
I mean, that takes a lot of courage on your behalf at 3-1. But
it's over.
Yeah, it appears. But I tell you what, man, I'm gonna watch the game again tomorrow, and Miami wins. You never know.
Yeah, if Miami wins tomorrow, it's a different story. I feel like it's back to I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I almost felt like the one game, to me, it looked like Anthony Davis and LeBron just took the night off. It's like, go ahead.
Yeah.
I can have one. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Game 4, but game 4 was tough, man.
Game 4
they wasn't taking that one off.
Nah, they weren't. LeBron looked tight in that game, though.
Thank you.
He did look tight in that game.
That was my point I just tried to make 10 minutes ago when you made every point to try to say that I was wrong. He does look
tight at times. I'm saying nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? But that was my point, was like his bad games are 28, 12, and 9. Like, that's a bad game for LeBron.
But that's why I say, that's what I'm trying to say, that it takes watching the game. Like, I know he's got all those great numbers, but when I really watch the whole game, which I've been doing for this series, and I've done a lot of times in my life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll watch the whole game. I just can't explain it. There's just times when I'm like, oh, this is a big spot. It's tied up. They clearing out for LeBron. I guarantee you he's gonna miss it, and he does. Yeah. I'm not making that up, man.
He does miss a lot of shots for sure. But
about the Broncos,
we didn't talk about this debate. Did you watch the debate?
I'm going into the vice presidential debate. You know, I watched the debate.
Before you get into the debate, did you see the Saturday Night Live skit with Jim Carrey?
It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life, sir.
That shit had me crying, yo. I was like, Jim Carrey is a beast, yo.
He is. People, you know what? Because he's been away for a while. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People have forgotten how incredible that guy is, man. And that's what the great comedians do. When they do skit comedy like that, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah,
incredible.
I loved it. So I wanted to ask you.
And I love that dude's Trump too, man. I feel like he does such a good job.
Baldwin.
Yeah, I love it.
He loves it, yo. And Trump hates when he plays them.
His
they hate each other.
think
I don't
he
know
does
if
a
you know
terrible
that.
job. I'm like, he does a great job.
He does an unbelievable job. Yeah, it is fun. You gotta laugh. That's what I'm gonna try to do today a little bit more when we talk about this shit. So, anyways, who do you think won the vice president debate? And I'll tell you who I think won.
The Fly.
You took my answer, man. You stole my damn joke.
Yo, that shit stole the show. I'm watching that shit like, yo, he don't see that fly on his head, and nobody gonna say nothing to him. I'm like, this is hilarious, yo.
Let him out there you know what I mean?
That shit just rocked for like 10 minutes, yo. I'm like, wow.
A lot of germs, man. A lot of germs were laid in his hair, no?
Yo, and he looked like he was sick too, man.
He didn't look good. He probably, he's probably got it.
Mm-hmm.
So now, so anyway, I mean, I'll say, I mean, it was pretty much, I don't think it changed anybody's mind.
Nah.
I think it was much better because they listened to each other and they let each other talk. I still think they should do my muted mic idea.
I think that the lady should give them more time, yo. I felt like mad at the answers. I was like, I want to hear the rest of the shit. You keep stopping them for no reason. I want to hear.
Yeah, we waited so long. It's so important. They probably should have more time.
Yeah, let them finish what they're saying.
Yeah. But I mean, I think we'd agree that it was like a stalemate, right? I mean,
yeah.
I don't think anybody did anything huge at that point.
Yeah.
So that's where I continue to go with, like, I just feel like the Biden people are still going to be with Biden. Obviously, the Trumpies are never going to leave his crazy ass. And once again, who are these people?
And the undecideds
that are sitting around, that are sitting around saying, darn it, I watched the vice president debate. I saw the president. I just still don't know who I'm going to vote for. Who are these fucking people? Man. Man.
We got to go for round two, man. We
You
got
don't
to
get round two. Saying, man.
They got a new debate next week.
The way this country is now, I mean, we're going to get into it later in the story, but the Civil War has begun. One side tried to start it. We'll talk about it later. I don't even know if you know about this.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But it's like, and then there's people sitting back. I just don't know which one of them. Donald, like they're alike or something. Like you could not get farther apart on the two sides. But anyways, I like the fact that you're still undecided. We'll keep that whole theme going on the show. So we talked about the debate, right? It wasn't. Yeah. It's a stalemate.
It was
right?
kind of whack.
It was. Yeah, it was very boring. I felt.
Yeah.
All right. So what about Cinco D getting the old virus? Him and Melania. And then 16 of their closest workers. Like, I mean, was I happy that he got it? Did I smile all day? I'm going to sit here and look into the camera and say, yeah, I was very happy. I mean, does that make me a bad person? Oh, man, you're hesitating. I'm okay with you, what I'm saying.
Yo, there's a lot of people that were happy. They don't want him to die or anything, but they feel like it's karma. Like Jim Carrey said, he feels like the dude tried to downplay it, and now he got it. It is what it is.
Yeah, and it's like, well,
I wonder. I'm such a skeptic, man. I wonder, like, because like on YouTube, I'm seeing ads like President Trump is such a hero. He's so courageous. He's fighting this battle. Send him a note of encouragement. I was like, what? Like they're running with. They're using it like as look at this dude going through the same thing you guys are going through. He's in here fighting it with you, and I'm like.
First of all,
this might be
he went to the debate, which was only 2 days before. He might have had it at the debate.
Yeah.
And half the debate, he was making fun of Joe Biden for wearing the mask. Everywhere this guy goes, he's got this big mask. His family, everyone was supposed to wear masks. Trump's family didn't wear it. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it wasn't karma. It's just science, man. You don't follow the rules. You're not careful. You're going to have these big events. No one in masks. It's going to happen to you. It's science, you know?
Yeah.
Which side has science on their side? I know which one. You haven't figured it out yet, but hopefully you will. Hopefully you're going to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So do you think that, okay, so you kind of got into it a little bit. Let me just ask you this. As a undecided, or as I call them, psychopaths, how did it make you feel that he got it, that all the people around him got it, that the highest leaders of our country, generals, the head of the whole Navy, the one admiral got, all these people around him all have this virus? Should that be good for them, or should that be bad for them as far as undecideds like yourself?
I think it's not a good look at all. It makes him seem irresponsible and not safe.
Good answer. Good, honest answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad I got that in there. Now I don't want to go crazy with it, and I don't want to get arguing again. You know, you know what I'm talking about. It's like I'm trying to make lighthearted tonight more than just going crazy, because I believe you can be lighthearted about it and prove some points as well. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just saw this incredible article that I want to talk about real quick. And I don't know if people are going to like this or not, but someone from the past has reappeared in the presidential election.
Ross
A Miss Stormy Daniels. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's where we got the Cinco D from.
Yep.
You know, because it wasn't just
David Dennis
draft dodging Donald and then he dodged the draft 5 times, but the beautiful, incredible alias that this genius came up with, David Dennison, was the 4th and 5th D.
Yep.
And that case was actually against Stormy Daniels. He paid her $130,000 to hush money, and she wasn't allowed to, legally talk about the affair that they had, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now they got Melania. She just got the virus. It's just a little bit before she got. Now he has her with the damn COVID. This guy. He's not a good husband. You know what I mean? He embarrassed her with this porn star when she was pregnant, cheated on her, and he brought. You know, we call him Raw Dog once in a while on this show. So, anyways, what I want to say is they have Melania on tape talking about Stormy Daniels. This was like a couple days ago. Did you hear this?
No.
And she called her. I got to do my research now. Make sure I got this right here. This is pretty. It's pretty funny. So Melania is caught on tape calling Stormy Daniels a porn hooker because Bizarre Magazine put Stormy Daniels, gave her like a photo shoot. I guess when all this was going on a couple years ago. Mad Talk season 1. You remember. So anyways, now Stormy hears this. Right? And she's like, Melania Trump's gonna call me a porn hooker. Now I don't even know if you might cut this out of the show, but you know what? I'm gonna just keep going because I think it's funny. This is the Stormy Daniels response. Ha ha, Melania. Although I wasn't paid for sex, and therefore I'm technically not a hooker, I'll take that over what you are any day of the week. You sold your body and your soul, and I'm a legal citizen. Keep talking about me. I like your new tits, by the way. Post more news. Hashtag be best. That's Melania's hashtag for kids not being bullied. So Stormy went right for her. So I want to know, who's really the hooker? Is it Stormy Daniels who slept with Donald Trump one time? Okay, one time at a golf course, meaning this and that, or is it the arguably at one time? I don't want to say illegal alien because I don't use that word, but the person who came to this country, gave her whole life away, did everything she could to stay for money. I want to know what your opinion on that is. What's the difference between the two?
I think Stormy's the hooker because Stormy allegedly was like paid to bang him. She acted like he was disgusting and she didn't want to, like, you know what I mean? What made her bang the dude that she thought was disgusting?
She didn't get paid to bang him. She got paid to cover up banging him while Melania was pregnant.
So then why she bang him in the first place when she acted like he was so disgusting and she didn't want to?
Because she's a porn star. But I don't know if that makes her a prostitute. She didn't do it for money.
He wasn't making no video with her.
She's just a slut. A hooker is someone who gets paid. I find it hard to
believe she didn't do it for money.
My point is the hooker is somebody who gets paid for sex.
Yeah, but why do you think she didn't do it for money, though?
Because she didn't do it for money. She said she just did, at the time, he was rich, whatever. They were at the party. Remember, your boy Ben Roethlisberger was knocking on her door, trying to hang out with her, and she ended up going with Trump.
She went with Trump. Why? You just said because he had money.
No, just because she's whatever she is. She's obviously a porn star. I'm not saying she's not like, this honorable woman, but my point is, who's really had sex for money, her or Melania? You're not answering the question, sir.
I don't know if either one of them technically have sex for money, but
you don't.
I don't know, man. I think Melania at best, at worst, is married for citizenship.
Yes. Well, I think that's what she meant when she said, "and I'm legal." Yeah. I think that's what Stormy meant by that.
I still want to know why Stormy had sex with Donald Trump, though.
Had such a what? Oh, I agreed, sir.
I still need to know the answer to that because I'm gonna keep thinking it's because of money.
And if you go back, if people want to go back to that incredible podcast, I mean, that was incredible. That was one of the best ones ever. We talked about, like, how do you lay under those wrinkled, stinky balls? I mean, am I talking about the president?
In truth, all balls are wrinkled and stinky.
They are. In fairness to our president.
Yeah.
All right, man. I don't know. I went into that. I thought, I want to know your honest opinion. And it's like, I don't know. So I said,
I don't know why she's with Donald Trump. Maybe she loves him, yeah.
Well, we already know that's not true. Have you seen him try to hold her hand?
Yeah, but maybe she's mad at him.
Yeah, well, sure, he's pretty easy to be mad at. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be more a little lighthearted about it today. I've tried to convince you in many ways about this election. None of them have worked. Putting kids into cages, to being a racist, to cutting out all the social programs to help the less fortunate, to giving the rich the tax breaks and trying to eliminate unions and tax, the middle class. I'm going to try one more shot.
Oh, man.
Do you know this animal is the first president in the history of the United States to not have a dog in the White House?
Fam, that is definitely not going to push me over because I don't
want a dog. What kind of human
so.
Being doesn't have a dog and doesn't like dogs? You like dogs.
Bruh, I do not ever want to have a dog, yo. I had one when I was growing up. He was dope.
What was his name?
I'm never getting another dog, bro.
Say his name.
His name was Toby.
You didn't help him when he got attacked that time. I still remember that. You just let him fight on his own, man.
You're trying to blame me.
I never forgot that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
me and you were in a situation somewhere. I'm like, yo, he didn't help Toby.
I didn't have an opportunity to help. I didn't have an opportunity to help him. We found him after the aftermath. But listen, I definitely don't think that that's a knock against you. I told you.
I'm trying.
I don't feel like.
I'm trying to make it simple for you. There's a lot of people out there that love dogs. I love dogs.
I know there's a lot of people that love dogs. What kind of human being
doesn't love dogs?
Huh?
They say it's less than 10%. So you're in the less than 10% that doesn't love dogs?
I don't not love dogs, but I don't need to have a dog. This is my thing. I feel like, I told you, I got twisted views on animal owners, yo. I feel like they think that they're like being these saviors of animals, but like they're treating them like the Unsullied in the Game of Thrones. Like they're cutting off their
don't
nuts.
Start with that again.
They're cutting off their nuts and making them live in their house. I feel like, and then they're like, I'm your master now. To me, it's twisted to be an animal owner. I think let them shits run in the wild, give them some land.
That's not how I wanted this to go.
Let them do what they do, and I don't think you need to own animals. Right. I think it's weird.
But I'm reaching out to any undecideds out there, okay?
This is the problem, yo.
He don't have to take care of it. He don't have to clean up after it. He don't have to pick up the shit. He don't have to do nothing.
Listen, undecidedness.
But he dislikes him so much. He doesn't have a dog in the White House.
The undecidedness for me is because I'm not sold on Joe Biden, yo. Okay. Joe Biden still, they flip-flop too much. Him and Kamala, they flip-flop.
Oh man, now you're going after Kamala too, man.
They both got, because I remember I text you one day, I was like, yo, I'm riding with Kamala. I like her because I had watched this interview with her where she was talking about defunding the police, and she was like,
what you need to do is stop just watching an interview or two and pay attention all the time, bro.
Yo, listen, I watched this interview and they were talking about defunding the police, and she was like, yo, somebody was like, explain what you mean by that. And she's like, well, 30% of state budgets are going to going to the police department. And she's like, that's way too much. There's so much other things that are important that are creating crime. There need to be more money towards mental health. There needs to be more money towards education and good jobs, not that much money towards police. So let's give them less money and allocate those funds somewhere else, right? And I was like, I really rock with that idea. And then both of them, I saw them both post about defunding the police. And then the last debate, they brought up defunding the police, and they're like, we're not going to defund the police. We want to give the police more money. And I'm like, yo, how did your stance go from we're going to defund the police to we're going to give them more money?
I haven't seen it, and I know I know that Biden and Kamala are not running on giving the police more money. Defund the police, like I tried to tell you last episode, if you would listen, does not mean just take money away from them. It means retraining. It means using the money for the police in other ways instead of the traditional way that we've been doing it. That's all. It's about tweaking the system. They're not taking the money away from the police. They're going to put it into other areas. They're not going to give the cops. If you think that Kamala and Joe Biden are going to give the police more money than Donald Trump is, come on, man.
They literally said, Joe Biden said to him, you're the one trying to take $500 million from
I'm just saying, I don't.
Yeah, we're trying to give them even more money. And I was like, what is your position, sir? Then the homie Pence brought up the thing about fracking. And I guarantee there's a whole bunch of videos where they say they're going to ban fracking. And now they're saying, no, we don't want to ban fracking.
Can I ask you this? Are there any interviews of Donald J. Trump saying something and then saying something else?
I'm not sure. Probably. I'm sure.
Are you kidding? He does it every single day.
I would assume so.
What?
I would assume so.
But because you don't follow, don't know.
I didn't see them shits.
Okay, but that's because you only watch these clips here and there. You need to start paying attention, bro. There's not much time left. Hold on. I'm going to give the countdown.
Is that 94 crime bill, man. I don't just
26 days away, buddy.
When you talk about systemic oppression, and in my lifetime, the single piece
you mean the systemic oppression that Donald Trump says does not exist, and that he wants to take all those classes out of the school systems. He wants to take all that type of new networking for the police and training police. He wants to take them all out of the system. You're talking about that systemic oppression that Joe Biden says exists.
Systemic oppression that he agrees exists, right? The single piece of legislature in my lifetime that did the most to systemically oppress Black people in this country is the 94 crime bill, which Joe Biden wrote.
He had a big part in writing it.
So
and he since said a million times. But where does he stand now? After November 2nd, what does he stand for after November 2nd? Not that he did, 20 years ago making a mistake, and he said he's made a mistake. See, you understand what I'm saying? Anyways, man.
Yeah, I got what you're saying, but my thing, I don't know if I trust you, yo.
I was trying to be like, that's fine.
That's my thing.
You know what? The good news is we don't need your vote.
But you know who I might vote for?
I know. The third party, Joe Jurgensen. That way I can totally say I did absolutely nothing.
No.
And my vote wasn't heard.
Yo, I think a lot of people are going to vote for her.
Yeah, man. Like 6,000.
It was so simple. It was like, yo, keep your weed, keep your money, marry who you want. it was one more ill shit up there.
I'm not putting her down.
Oh, it said keep your guns too. It was like keep your weed, keep your guns, marry who you want, keep your money. I'm like, that sounds like a good fucking plan to me.
I mean, it's basically, yeah, it's not far from the plan that I'm with. You know what I mean?
Nah.
No one's taking anybody's guns.
They want to
you know what I mean?
Taxes, and they do want to take guns.
They want to. No, they do not.
That's what everybody says.
No, I think it's about common sense gun control. That's not taking your guns. That's just saying you should have to have a background check. That's just saying that like an average person can't have 50,000, AK-47s in their house.
I agree with that. And that's one thing that was in the crime bill that I will shout out. They were trying to make it so you couldn't get automatic weapons, which I agree with.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't think either one of us really wanted to get too much. We made our points tonight. Let's not go too crazy with the politics. I think we've been doing that too much lately. And it's actually, it's depressing a little bit. You know what I mean? So,
it's almost
do you
over.
agree?
It's almost over. The race is almost over.
It's almost over. 26 days, baby. Got the champagne. I didn't buy the champagne.
I want to hear this story. You said something about a civil war or some shit.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming. You're not even ready for it. But anyways, now we're going into the craze. It's a little bit late tonight. People don't know. We're pushing this episode through. It's about consistency. It's about dedication. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting into the crazy. And let me tell you, bro.
Is that part of the crazy?
It is part of the crazy. No, part of the crazy is this shit starts off the street for me this week.
What shit?
Yeah, what shit? So I'm coming home like on Tuesday, and I see the whole right up the street from my house, not more than about a block from me. Crime scene section, they got everything blocked off. You know me, as soon as I see those lights, I'm like, I don't know if I got trailer lights. Let me pull the other way. I stay away from the police. But anyways, I saw they were busy. They had it all taped up. I knew something bad happened. Right up the street from me. So then everybody starts talking, what's going on? What's going on? I got my mother-in-law. I don't know if I ever told you, Rocky. You know how awesome Rocky is. But she sees something like that. It's like she can't even stop herself. She's got to start investigating all this stuff. So it's this big thing. Come to find out, man, this guy got pulled over on Tuesday morning. No, they attempted to pull him over. 43 years old. Big Joe, who works for me, you know of Big Joe, right? Played football with him. Guy's a crazy dude, man. In and out of jail, all kinds of problems. They go to pull him over. He smashes into a light pole, right? This is how the day started on Tuesday out here in Belport, New York. The cops approach the car. He slits his throat.
What the fuck?
This is the open story. The crazy is down the street from me. So now,
who the hell slits their own throat?
Ain't that some?
Holy shit!
This makes me go like this.
Oh my goodness, this dude is the most G'd up, crazy motherfucker of all time.
So anyways.
Oh my God.
So they run his information. So the next thing you do is you go notify the next of kin. Right? You ever heard that? That's what they do. Sucks.
It's not a good thing. Next of kin already.
It's not a good thing. So they go to the address that he lives at to tell the next of kin. Here's where the story gets good. Right up the street from my house. That is the recurring theme that I'm trying to go with, right? The police enter the home. They first found his dad. Okay? His dad's dead. Stabbed like a zillion fucking times. He still had like the knife in him. The dude had him propped up, like sitting in his chair. The dad was like becoming like mummified. It had been like, they're saying 12 days now, right? They find the dad. It's up the street. Did I tell you it's up the street from my house?
Yeah. This is some freaky shit.
Now they say, okay, the dad's dead. Where's his sister? His sister lived with him too, you know what I mean? So they found what was left of his sister in her room. Danny, this is not a kid's story. You got to go back downstairs, pal. Okay. So they find the sister decapitated, hands and feet gone. I guess they found that like in bags in the freezer. And here's where this guy really gets sick. Just for my reoccurring theme on today's show. You know, he also killed the family dog, man. And he killed the dog. You know what I mean?
Dog do, man.
Yes. Like, okay, so just to keep going with the story, because now it's like everyone's talking about it. Joe played football. I know a lot of people. Adam knows him. Adam thinks he might have been, been away with him on vacation a time or two, if you know what I'm saying. For all those people that know how to keep it real and live in the real world, you know what I'm saying. They might have been on vacation together. So I guess supposedly the dad was pretty rough on him when he was a kid, might have beat him a little bit, this and that. But anyways, that's how the crazy starts this week. And this guy lived down the street from me, man.
I want to know what the fuck the dog did to his ass.
That's what I've got to be honest. I don't know if it makes me bad. I'm really mad about the dog.
Yeah.
The dad beat you and you got dad problems. I mean, a lot of people do. Family, his sister, I don't know. I don't think that's cool.
I mean, certainly don't.
None of it's cool.
We're
not joking.
His sister head off and her hands and feet, they must have had some deep beef. But to kill the dog, what did the dog do, man?
Yeah, I know. That's what I can't wrap my head around. My hand. So that's how the crazy starts. We're going to keep it moving. Did I tell you it was down the street from my house?
You living in the neighborhood with some psychopaths.
No, you know this is a good neighborhood, man.
It's a crazy down the street, boy.
Hey, other side of the tracks, we keep it real. You know what I mean? That's everything's good, like everywhere. It's one side of the tracks, but this shit is just, I don't know. So
that's
real quickly,
crazy shit, man.
Yeah, man. Right? Who slits their throat?
There's
got to be a lot of ways to do it.
That is crazy, bro.
If we keep the conversation going, I mean, that's a thought that, I mean, let's just be honest. Let's have an honest show. People think about stuff from time to time. You know what I mean? We've all thought. I don't think that anybody I've never heard someone before. And it was like a rusty, like, utility knife, man. I'm not trying to be gross. It's just, that's crazy, right? So let's keep it going because it's late. We're doing a hell of a job on the show. I feel
about them shits. I always wish the people that end up killing, man, they kill a bunch of people and then they kill themselves. It's like, why don't you just start with you?
Yeah, man. I feel you on that.
It is crazy. Right? Just kill yourself first, fam.
So I just wanted to real quick, because to keep it going, because we still got the real crazy coming that I told you about earlier in the show about the Civil War. These are both reoccurring from last week. You know, there was another death by selfie this week, man.
Nah, but I heard about those college kids that fell like 4 stories or some shit.
Well, there you go.
They ended up dying.
They're on the roof. You know what? They didn't die, I guess. Damn it. I don't know why I said death.
Yeah.
Are they dead? I don't know.
Nah, they were in the hospital. They messed up.
Yeah.
And they were dead.
But my point is, what is going on? I heard they were on like a rooftop, you know? Yeah. Oh, we got to get the perfect selfie. We got to get the perfect. And now you got to mix. Now you got to factor in the best thing of all, alcohol. You know what I mean? So now you got these 2 girls. They're 19. They're trying to get the perfect thing. They fall. I don't know, man. This death by selfie. This could be something that continues on for a long time.
It's the dumbest shit in the world. And the crazy shit is, none of them actually end up posting the pictures.
They don't even get the damn post. It doesn't even make it to the gram.
Doesn't even make it to the gram.
What a shame. All right, and I got another reoccurring one. We talked about my guy last week. My guy. I'm trying to remember his name. The gorilla. The gorilla.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Manalo.
Manoblo or some shit.
I'm going to go with Manalo, right?
Yeah.
So the reoccurring theme this week is, I don't know if somebody saw the show and was inspired, or they just saw it on the news Not on Mad Talk, I don't know. But some gentleman thought it would be a good idea to put on a gorilla suit, grab a machete, and just start like terrorizing a whole apartment complex. He was lighting off fireworks, telling people he's going to blow the place up. He's got the machete. Anyways, they arrested his crazy ass, charged him with terrorizing, the public and all this other stuff. Do you think he was influenced by our show?
I don't know, man, but I think he was definitely influenced by drugs.
Yeah.
Is a perfect example of why you should not do drugs.
Who puts on a fucking gorilla suit?
And wow.
3 weeks before Halloween. He couldn't have waited. He couldn't have waited till the end of the month.
Yeah. He's
This psychopath.
Definitely should have waited.
And a machete. That's like, I don't know. They said the terrorizing thing. I think that's like a big charge now. Any type of thing with terrorizing people in this country.
Where do people get these machetes, man? Because I bought a coconut a few weeks ago, and I couldn't fucking get the shit open. I tried it.
Wow.
I tried all types of shit. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, you just got to use a machete," and I'm like,
"Yeah."
People get machetes, man.
I can't help you with that.
Right. I'm gonna fuck around and miss the shit.
Oh yeah, I see an accident happening.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Coconut should not be that hard to open, man. That's ridiculous.
And you want to get at it too, right? So it's like frustrating.
I ended up having to throw the shit away.
Yeah, man. So anyways, man, now we're getting into the Civil War.
I've been hearing
hear the news today, man.
Shit for years, man. I don't watch the news and watch these crazy ass montages. I just think it's the most bullshit shit ever. But people keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna have a civil war. We're gonna have a race war." I'm like,
are you kidding? Are you paying attention to what's going on in the country?
Who is participating in this shit?
So, anyways, he told them, your boy Cinco D. We all saw the first debate. He told them to stand down, but stand by.
Mm-hmm.
So this one group, this one white supremacist group, and one of Trump's biggest enemies.
I'm out though. The Proud Boys. I feel like we can't just call them a white supremacist group. They're led by a Cuban. That's who started the group.
I know who you're talking about, and we'll talk about that at another time, and I'll get at him. But it's a white supremacist group. Cubans are basically white. I mean, my boy, my favorite fighter used to be my favorite fighter in MMA. It's that whole. They're so anti because a lot of the old school Cubans lived in Cuba. They lived under communism. It was terrible. So my point is, a lot of them come here and they hate the idea of any type of, and I'm not even using that word, but when everything has to do with like social programs, they go right into socialism. So a lot of these Cubans that come from Cuba or their family members come from Cuba, there's a hatred. There's an actual hatred. So I'm taking a guess here. But if I could explain why a Cuban would be part of a white supremacist group and a leader of it, I would think that's why.
But I don't think it's a white supremacist group at all.
But it is. But that's okay. I'm not going to get into this right now. No, it is.
Like Barstool Sports type of vibe.
No. It is not like Barstool Sports.
You're just proud to be hot mess dudes.
No. But that's okay. And they're all Trump supporters, by the way. But anyways, so this other group, and I'm trying to find the name, the Wolverine Watchmen. The Wolverine Watchmen got arrested today by the FBI. The FBI, thank God, shout out to the FBI, thwarted a plot to kidnap the governor of Michigan.
Why?
Because that's one of Cinco D's biggest enemies.
Oh, the Michigan Wolverines?
Yeah. Well, no. They're just called the Wolverine. Good job on that one. Now we're integrating.
Are they based in Michigan?
They are based in Michigan. So they spied on the governor, one of Trump's biggest enemies. And he has said before, liberate Michigan. Citizens of Michigan, liberate Michigan. Don't live by the governor's rules. Open up the businesses and take your masks off and get COVID like me.
For a while, they were holding up the Big Ten from playing football.
Well, okay. So anyways, these crazy guys had a plan to kidnap the governor and to take her to Wisconsin. Shout out to Wisconsin, my birthplace, right? Wisconsin doesn't get enough love, right? And they were going to try her for treason. These militias are out there.
Try her.
They were going to put her on trial of the people and try her for treason, for shutting down businesses and making people wear masks.
Again, another.
So I'm trying to let you know. Do you really
drugs,
think it's a joke when I say the Civil War could be coming? Do you know how many groups there are, like the Wolverine Watchmen, who vote for Trump and have AK-47s and meet every month and do all this stuff? You really think it's sweet, man?
Yeah, but who are they? Look who they coming for. They're not coming for like, oh, we just want to kill people because they're a different race or anything like that. They're just being weird. But that, to me, that just says that people need to get off of drugs, man. Drugs is a real problem in this. We need to redo the war on drugs. We need to bring that shit back.
Come on, the war on drugs is Mr. Fix the criminal justice. Come on, the war on drugs is a bad look too.
Nah, it was, but we got to do something about these drugs, man. It's people slighting in their own neck.
My point is, they're out there. How comfortable are you? So let's get to this question. We did way too many politics tonight. I apologize. My intent tonight was to make lighthearted stuff. I wanted to talk about The Fly. I wanted to talk about Stormy Daniels. The fact that Melania is the actual prostitute. I mean, it did. I guess it didn't come out right. I don't know. But what I'm not trying to do right now is get serious. We're being wholehearted about it. All right. Right. I only got 26 days left. Right. And a smile gonna be on my face. So
and they're saying because of all mail-in ballots, it might be a month waiting to find out.
So I'll wait another couple weeks. All right, we'll do without you, Fred. So listen. So my point is now, are you
what the good news is for me? I'm not gonna care either way. No matter who wins, I'm gonna be like,
that's fine. That's what I mean. I said with or without you, Fred. With or without you.
I win regardless.
You do. You do. You like games like that. That's what's funny about you. But listen, so what I'm saying is you really think that we're not close to a civil war?
No.
All right. Okay.
Not my reality.
I'm saying that my opinion is saying I really don't know anymore.
I don't think that there's going to be a civil war. And I do feel like there's a narrative in the media that I see on both channels, but different ones. But they're projecting fear into people, yo. Like I was watching the thing for the debate, and I told you I never watched the news, but I watched the debates. So I'm watching the commercials, and it's this commercial that's like, it's two commercials that concern me. One was the dude was like, we made it through another week. And I was like, this language is funny to me. But then there was another one where they had all these montages of all the ridiculous stuff going on, and it was just showing like the Charlottesville shit. It was going all the way back in the day, people burning down crosses and shit, and they just put them all together like this is the world we're living in right now. The shit's out of hand. The shit's going crazy. And then I seen on Fox News clips that people like Dave would post where it would show like, oh, Black Lives Matter is coming for you. And it would show mad montages like that's the world they're living in, right? And I was like, yo, imagine actually believing this shit, thinking like outside. If you don't be outside, you're thinking like outside, oh shit, it's white people trying to kill us everywhere. And then on the other people are like, damn, it's black people trying to kill us everywhere. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you can.
No, I do, but I don't think
thinking that that's the world. But the reality is, if I look outside, I don't see that shit. And 99% of the people in their communities, they're not seeing that. You know what I mean? It's not people out here trying to kill everybody. It's just really
it's not really. Yeah, it's not. Of course, I agree with that. But the only problem I'm having now, and I realize this, and unfortunately, you know, I mean, it may or may not affect me. I don't know. But I mean, most 90% of these militias, that's what they call themselves, militias, are, on one side. And they're all armed, and they're all supporting one candidate. Right. So there has to be something to that, is what I'm saying.
Maybe, but
But I really don't, I don't want to keep going south and insulting people.
Those militias can't mess with the military.
Oh, so okay. So there you go.
If they started acting crazy out here, I don't care if it was Biden or Trump. I think they'd be like National Guard, these motherfuckers.
I know, but I find it ironic, like everything else, that the Wolverine Watchmen and all these other, the Proud Boys and all these other, they all support one guy.
Yeah, I mean,
there's nothing to that though. There's nothing to that.
But what about Black Guns Matter? Who do they support?
Who?
Black Guns Matter. You ever see that organization? It's a dude named Maj.
I mean, I saw one militia one time. It was very impressive. I like the fact they were in military formation and all that stuff. But you know,
they just basically about getting people to have guns too.
So okay. Well, I think there's a chance of something bad happening. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying it's going to be a civil war or anything, but I just, for whatever the reason, and like always, I think it's one of the candidates' fault and one of them isn't. One candidate talks divisively and puts gas in the fire. One candidate doesn't. I mean, it's common sense. There's still the people, you know, that you fall under that are still undecided. That's fine. Like I said, we don't need you. We don't need you anymore. So
I told you. I think I told you this, and I told a whole bunch of people this. To me, I wouldn't have voted either one of these dudes to be my class president. So I don't see them as qualified to be the president of the United States.
All right. Okay. You're not following the, it's like AOC came out today saying, why did Kamala didn't step up and say, would you be quiet?
Why didn't you say
wait till after the damn election? Because Kamala said that they're not going to totally outlaw fracking and all this stuff or whatever it is. And AOC was getting at her saying it should be totally about all these things.
So like, I'm saying, they flip-flopping. I don't fuck with that
keep
politics.
Your big fat mouth shut.
No,
so after November 3rd,
we're not getting rid of fracking.
Bring your policy. Bring your policy. You know what I'm saying?
The shit went to the thing again, man.
I got a phone call coming in, man.
Yo, so this is the thing. This is what I was trying to tell you.
Popular guy, man. I got a lot of
My thing is stand firm in what you say that you stand for, yo. Otherwise, you look crazy to me when it's like, all right, he's making us sound like we bugging for supporting for saying we want to get rid of fracking. So I'll just act like we might not get rid of it. I'm like, yo, if you want to get rid of fracking,
I get all those
firm on that shit.
I get what you're saying about, not being crazy about either one, not doing. But my point is, at the end of the day, this is America. This is the real world, right? This is real life going on right now. It's a big time in our country. If your vote can help the one that is better than the other, why should it matter if it's by 1%?
Because
it's better.
You feel like either one are better because you're like,
it's better.
I don't
what is
trust
not voting
you. You are not a man of your own word. You on camera will say one thing and then a week later have a totally different position. And then the next day have a different position. And it's like, fam, I can't trust you.
But that's politics. Okay, so then you should already know who you're voting for then. If we're going to go by can't trust, then you got to go by the one who's lied more times than any person in the history of the office.
Bro, if you be lying more than 5 times, which both of you motherfuckers did, I don't trust y'all. I'm like, yo, you guys both flip.
Right. Well,
so that's why we say, what about Joe Jorgensen?
Yeah, that's great. So go do that, man. Like I told you, I'm done trying. Go waste your vote. I don't care.
Bro,
we don't need you.
You don't care about the fracking conversation because Pence told her she would do that. He's
we
like,
don't need
you don't fuck with the shit, but we're all gonna Google this tomorrow.
No, but what I don't.
You said
this is what I care about. I've got 2 choices. I know one choice is much better on the environment, fracking or no fracking, than the other candidate. So I'm going to go with the candidate who cares way more about the environment. End of story.
Why do you think?
Okay, fracking or no fracking.
Why do you think the other one doesn't care about the environment? He says he's going
to my
trees.
That's. Okay, no. Let's go. Let's not do it now. We've had a civil show, sir. I mean, you know where I'm at. I'm trying to make light of this stuff. Let's joke around. Why are you mad, sir?
I'm mad at Tom Brady had 5 touchdowns last week.
You're doing it again, though. Now you're getting on my nerves with this. It's like you're coming at me from all angles. I see what you're trying to do. I'm not going to lose my cool.
That's why I'm mad, man. I'm
No,
mad.
I'm not going to lose my cool.
Brady was trash.
Now you're going to say you're mad because Tom Brady's doing so great.
Bro. I'm really second guessing about Brady.
I'm not falling for your tricks, sir. You're a very tricky guy.
I hope he's not ill, but he's looking kind of ill right now.
All right. I don't like your why you mad. That's okay. You're being honest, right?
Yes.
And honesty should be respected. Okay. I don't know. Could you be doing it to mess with me? I mean, you could.
Brady's doing this to mess with me.
So that's not true. That's not how this works. It's not how this works, sir. So anyways, you ready for my punch in the face list?
Yes.
Not really for any one particular person. Although, you know what? That's how my punch in the face list is. It's usually a lot of people. But it's just for all of you.
It's supposed to be one person. Yeah.
It's for all of you militiamen. In all these different groups, you go backpacking with these other guys and you load up these assault rifles and you do these drills and you play war. I used to love playing war when I was a kid. I used to line my army men up. I used to go in the woods. It was the funnest thing ever. So I know you guys really enjoy it. And I know you like shooting it. Can I do my punch in the face list? I know you like shooting at tin cans and blowing things up, and you guys all get together and you sleep next to each other in the sleeping bags or in the same sleeping bag, I'm sure. So you guys are all the top of my punch in the face list because you know what? You love it so much, and you love your country so much, and you care so much about the Bill of Rights and all the things and patriotism. Why don't you join the fucking military and go have fun 30 days in a row in the field or on a deployment for a year, for 2 years away from your family? You got so much motivation and so much patriotism. Why are none of these militiamen in the military? Anyways, that's it. That's my punch in the face list. And take it from here, buddy.
Listen, thanks for tuning in. I hope you found these conversations stimulating, thought-provoking, and entertaining. As always, appreciate the blessings.
And smile a lot.